Good morning, everyone. I am Roopali Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, IIMT College of Engineering, Greater Noida. So today, basically, I am here to give you a session on Introduction to Python Programming. Basically, we are going to cover the basics of Python. So the topics which we are going to cover today is Introduction to Python, key features of Python, basic steps in Python, in basic steps of Python, installing Python comments, variables and data types and the basic operators will be. So let's move to the introduction of Python. Basically, what is Python? First of all, we are going to study basically what is Python. Python is basically a high-level interpreted programming language known for its simplicity, readability and versatility. It was created by Guido van Rossum and first released in 1991. Python is basically an open source, which means its source code is freely available and can be modified and distributed by anyone. So basically it is used for web development in the server side, software development, mathematics, systems scripting. Key features of Python. So let's study what are the main features of Python. Easy to learn and read. So basically what I said ki Python language is so simple as its syntax is very easy to understand. It's just like written in a simple English language type. So basically which makes it an excellent choice for the beginners and experienced developers alike. So basically the code of the Python, I have already told you that it is resembles the English, which is making it more readable and less complicated. Interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language, which means that the code is executed line by line by the Python interpreter. This allows for rapid development and easy debugging without the need for a separate compilation step. So basically what happened when we write the code in the Python, each line is being executed, which helps us to understand where the error is and we come to know about the error at the same instant. So the next is high level language. Python is a high level language abstracting away low level details and complexity. This allows programmers to focus on solving problems and writing code without worrying about memory management or hardware specific optimization. So basically what happened in the Python, we will be just writing the codes. We don't know how the memory is being managed at the backend and how the what is the hardware specification. So that is why we call it as a high level language. Versatility. Python is a general purpose programming language, meaning it can be used to build a wide variety of applications, whether it is web development, scientific computing, data analysis, artificial intelligence, automation or scripting. Python has got you covered everything what you just think of. So it is versatile. We can use it in different applications. Next is large standard library. So basically Python comes with a comprehensive standard library that provides a rich set of modules and functions for various tasks. This batteries include approach saves developers time and efforts by offering reader code solutions to common programming challenges. Next is dynamic typing. Python is dynamically typed, meaning you do not need to explicitly declare the data type of Python. So basically what happens, it dynamically, when it executes, it takes the uh, data type of variables itself. The type is determined automatically during the runtime. So there is no need to mention them explicitly, which makes it more flexible and concise code. So The next is object-oriented programming. Python again supports the object-oriented programming, allowing developers to organize code into reusable and modular objects or classes. As we know that in OOPS we have the concept of reusable. So the same thing we can use in Python also. Object-oriented programming promotes code reusability, making it easier to manage and maintain larger objects. So the next point is community and ecosystem. Python has a large and active community developers which fosters collaboration and the sharing of knowledge. The open source nature of Python has led to the creation of a vast ecosystem of third-party libraries and frameworks, expanding Python's capabilities even further. So basically we have a large group of developers, those who are basically working on Python only, so which helps us to build a vast community and we can expand our capabilities even further. But because if we have a large number of people, those who are working on the same technology, then we can come to a different opinions, different suggestions to expand that language. So, and the next point is platform independence. Python code can run on various platforms and operating systems without modification. We do not need to actually modify it. What we need to do is we will be writing it once and we can run it anywhere. So this is the basic nature of the Python code. Integration and extensibility. Python can be easily integrated with other languages and technology. It has interfaces to many system calls and libraries, making it ideal for building complex and large scale applications. So basically Python is the language which can be merged, which can be implemented in with other languages. As I have already discussed that the Python code is easy to write, so what we can do by writing the Python code with the other languages, we can build the complex and the large scale application in a easy way by using the Python. So indentations based syntax. Python uses indentation for code blocks, eliminating the need for curly braces or explicit end of line markers. This enforces a clean and consistent code structure and enhances the readability. Basically, whenever we will be writing the Python code, so Python code is always being indented when we write the different code, so which helps us to eliminate the need of the curly braces, which we generally use in other languages like C++. We will be using the curly braces to differentiate the different line markers, and in Python we do not need the curly braces. Next is the exceptional handling. Python has a robust built-in mechanism for handling the errors and the exceptions, making it easier to write robust and the fault-tolerant programs. So basically, as in Java we use the exceptional handling, in the Python also we can use the exceptional handling, which helps to handle the errors and make the code run easily without any fault, and which helps them to tolerate the faults also. These features, among others, have contributed to Python's widespread adoption and popularity among developers and range of applications. Installing Python. So basically now we come under the basic steps. So first point is the installing Python. So whenever we use any language, we must know how to install that language. So basically how we will be installing the Python. Python is available for various operating systems like Windows, Mac operating system, Linux, and which can easily be downloaded from the official website, and the official website is mentioned here, https www.python.org/downloads. So basically from this website we can easily install the Python. Choose the appropriate version for your system. We have the number of versions which are available. Basically, we prefer using the versions above 3.7, which is now days useful and help us to take or inbuild all the features of Python. Earlier we used Python 2, which is now reached to end of life. During installation, you can select the option to add Python to the system's path, which allows you to run Python from the command line, or you can open a Python interpreter or write code in a text editor. You can do in either of the way. For example, we need to write the hello world. Printing the hello world is a traditional way to start learning any programming language. Whenever we learn any programming language, so what I feel is that we always try to print hello world. The print function in Python displays the specified message or value on the screen. So how basically print, what we will be doing, we will be writing the print and we will be writing whatever we want to see on the output screen. We will be closing that into a double quotes and that will be visible on the screen. To execute this code, save it in a file with the .py extension. So basically we will be saving it before and then we will be executing it. Otherwise we are not able to execute. Before using, whenever we write any code in Python, we need to save it by the extension .py and run it from the command line using the Python hello whatever is the name of your file .py extension. Now the next is comments. Comments in Python start with a hash symbol and are used to provide explanation or notes about the code. Comments are ignored by the Python interpreter and do not affect the execution of the program. Basically, if you have seen that in any programming language, why we use the comments, we generally use the comment to make it more clear, to make it more understandable for any new user. The new user knows that what is the meaning of that particular code which we have used in our programming language. Next is variables and data types. Variables are used to store data in Python. Unlike some other programming languages, you do not need to explicitly declare the type of variable. This I have already, when we were discussing about the features of the Python, I have already told you that in Python we do not need to explicitly declare the type of the variable. What Python does, it infers its type based on its value. The value which is being assigned, based on that it will be inferring what type of variable it is. So basically we have the different data types in the Python, but what we will be doing, we will be just writing the name of the variable and equal to the value of that variable. When we will be writing the value of that variable, it will the system will itself understand what type of data type of that particular variable is. Like we have mentioned that age equal to 25. So the basically the system will understand that it will be of integer type. The float, basically we have height equal to 1.75, so it will itself understand that it is of float type. And now the name is equal to John Doe. So we have closed John Doe into a double quotes, which means that it is of string type. Next is Boolean. So is student is equal to true. So what it represents the value of the particular variable as a true or false. Next are the basic operators in Python. So we have number of operators in the Python. Python basically divides the operators in the following groups. First is arithmetic operator, next is assignment operator, then comparison operator, we have logical operator, we have identity operator, we have membership operator, bitwise operator. So first of all, we will be starting with the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common mathematical operations. So arithmetic operators are used with the numerical values. to perform common mathematical operations. So basically we have two variables x and y, and the value of the two variables is x equal to 10 and y is equal to 3. So basically we have different arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division. We have floor division also, we have modulus, we have exponential. So basically these are the operators whenever we will be taking the value, like we have taken the value x is equal to 10 plus 3. So the result will be 30. And likewise we can do and perform other arithmetic operators also. Basically assignment operator, what the assignment operator do? As we know that the name signifies that assignment. So basically assignment operators are used to assign the values to the variables. So basically the most basic operator is equal to. The operator which we use for assignment is equal to. It assigns the values on the right side to the variable on the left hand side. Like we have x equal to 10. So 10 is the value which is on the right hand side and which is being assigned to the variable x. So x will be having the value as 10. And logical operator. So the AND operator returns true if both the operands are true, otherwise it will be returning the false. So we have x equal to 5 and y equal to 10. So basically x equal to 5 and y equal to 10. If both operands x is greater equal to 0 and y is less than 50, which is true or false. So as we can see that key 5 is greater equal to 0 and 10 is less than equal to 15, which is true. So both the condition comes out to be true, so it will be true. Like the OR operator. So basically in OR operator, as we have studied in the AND operator, if both of them are true, then it will be returning true. But in OR operator, what will happen if any one of them is true, then it will be returning true, otherwise it will be returning the false. So x equal to 5, y equal to 10. So basically in result we have 5 is greater equal to 7, which is false, or y is less than 8, y is 10, 10 is less than 8, which is again false. So both of the conditions are come out to be false, then the result will be false. But if either of them is true, then the result will be true. Next is not logical operator. The not operator is used to negate the value of a singular operand. If the operand is true, not makes it false. If the operand is false, then it will be making it true. X equal to 5. Result equal to not. X is less than equal to 3. 5 is less than equal to 3, which is false. The result will be true because the condition x is less than equal to 3 is false. As I have already told you that in not, if it is true then it becomes false, if it is false then it becomes true. And the not operator makes it true. Identity operator. Basically what is identity operator? Identity operators are used to compare the memory addresses of two objects to determine if they refer to the same object or not. There are two identity operators basically we have. So we have is operator and we have is not operator. Is operator checks if two variables or expressions refer to the same object in memory. If they do, then it returns true, otherwise it returns the false. For example, we have x equal to 1, 2, 3 and y equal to x. As we can see that key y is also referred to the x. So they both are, the result is x is y. So x is y, as we can see that both the operands are uh, referring to the same memory. So it will be returning the result as true because x is equal to 1, 2, 3 and y is equal to x. So y also shows the x. So it will be returning true as both of them are referring to the same location in the memory. Is not operator. The is not operator checks if two variables or expression do not refer to the same object in memory. If they do not, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So x is equal to 1 to 3 and y equal to 1 to 3. Result, what we have to compare, x is not y. The result will be 2 because x and y are two different list objects. They both are not referring to the same object. They are the two different objects even though they have the same value. जबकि हम देख सकते हैं कि इन दोनों की वैल्यू सेम है, but in actual they are pointing out to the different objects of the list. So they both are will be true and it will, they are not referring to the same memory. So it will be returning x is not y as the true value. Next is membership operators. Membership operators is basically used to test whether a value or an element is a member of sequence. It is a member of a sequence or not. So such as string, it can be a string, it can be a list, it can be a tuple, set or a dictionary. There are two different membership operators. For example, in operator. So basically in operator, we will be checking if a value or element exists in the specified sequence or not. It is if the value is present, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. For example, we have fruits. In fruits, we have apple, banana, orange, and the result is equal to banana. And in fruits, the result will be true because banana is present in the list. If that item is present in the list, then it will be returning true. If that item is not present in the list, then it will be returning the false. Not in operator. The not in operator checks if a value or element does not exist in the specified sequence. If the value is not present, it returns true, otherwise it will return false. For example, fruits, apple, banana, orange. Result will be equal to grape, which is not in fruits. If we can see that the list which is being provided in this, grape is not mentioned. So the result will be 2 because grape is not present. What I have said that in not in operator, we will be checking if the particular element is not present in the list, and we can see that the particular element is not present in the list. Bitwise operator. Bitwise operators are used to perform operations on individual bits of integers. These operators manipulate the binary representation of numbers at the bit level basically. Python supports the following bitwise operators. First is AND operator. So in basically AND operator, the bitwise AND operator performs a binary AND operation on the corresponding bits of two integers. We will be taking two integers, we will be writing their binary number and then we will be comparing the individual bits of in each integers, right? So the result is 1 if both the bits are 1, otherwise it will be returning 0. In the same way, we have the next is OR operator. In OR operator, what will be happening? It will be again comparing the corresponding bits of two integers, and if either of them is 1, then the result will be 1. Otherwise, it will be returning 0. So in XOR, the bitwise XOR operator performs a XOR operation on the corresponding bits of two integers again. The result is 1 if the bits are different. Otherwise, it will be returning the result as 0. If the bits are different, then it will be returning 1. If the bits are same, then it will be returning 0. The bitwise NOT operator performs a binary negation operation where each bit is being flipped. It changes 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. In the left shift operator, shifts the bits of the left operand to the left by the number of positions specified by the right operand. It is equivalent to multiplying the right operand by 2 to the power of the right operand. In the same way, the right shift is again the operator shifts the bits of the left operand to the right by the number of positions specified by the right operand. It is equivalent to dividing the left operand by 2 to the power of the right operand. Note that bitwise operators work on integers and if you use them on the other data type. So basically what will happen, they will implicitly convert it into integers before performing any operation on it. So this is basically the example given for the bitwise operator, how it works. Suppose we have a equal to 10 and b equal to 5. So what will be the binary of a equal to 10? It will be 1010, and for b it will be 0101. So basically what will happen, it will be comparing each bit of the individual integers, like 1 is being compared with the 0. So what I have told you about the end, if both the bits will be same, then it will be returning 1, otherwise it will be returning 0. So we can see that all the bits are different, like 1001, then 10, then 01. It will be returning 000. So basically then it will be returning the decimal value 0 as a result. So in the bitwise OR, what I have said that if any one of the bit is 1, then it will be returning the 1, 1, 0. So it will be written 1, 0, 1, again 1, 1, 0, then again 1, 0, 1, then again 1. So bitwise OR operator, what it will be doing? If both the bits are different, then it will be returning 1. If both the bits are same, then it will return 0. But if, as we can see that all the bits are different, like 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So it will be returning 1, 1, 1. Bitwise NOR. So by bitwise NOR, what it will be doing? It will be just reversing the values of all the digits. So if we have A, what will be the AND of A? So for A, Python uses two complement representation. So the result may seem unexpected. So basically, we have two different types of representation for the complements. Basically, what we consider is that it will be returning 1 to 0, 0 to 1. But there is two different representation for the complement, and the result can vary depending on the compiler, right? So in the left shift, basically what I have told that in the left shift, it will be doing the power of that. Like A, if it will be left shifting 1. So basically it will be considering the power A, the value of A into 2 ki power 1. So whatever will be the value of the shift, then it will be shifting according to that, as I have already mentioned at the back. So which will be turning out as 10100 as an answer, and in decimal its value will be 2 ki power 220. So thank you everyone. Have a nice day.